Hello, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, you are welcome. Today we are going to be making jollof rice. Bulk jollof rice for the family. You can use this recipe for a party, for get-togethers, and you know festive season is coming, people are cooking in bulk. This recipe will come in handy. So I'm showing you how I cook in my backyard to achieve this delicious jollof rice. I'm going to show you how to make stew, how I fry the chicken, and how we come up with the final product, which is this banging jollof rice. So if you're interested, keep watching. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe. If you're watching and you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Please press that subscribe button. Let's get into the recipe. The rice we're using for this recipe is called Par Excellence rice. It is long grain enriched premium parboiled rice. I like it because it is never sticky and it is always hard to find this rice. I had to travel miles to look for this rice. I've been using it for a long time now and I just wanted to show you because you guys always ask questions. Which rice are you using? So this is the rice I am using. For all the list of ingredients and the measurements, please check the description box. It is down below. I will write everything that I use for this recipe. So I'm using mainly Tatashe, onions, and Shombo. So this purple onion, I like it for jollof rice. If you use the white onion, it will make your jollof rice sweet, like as if you added sugar. So you can try that. And I'm adding fresh ginger. I guess the English name for Tatashe is red bell peppers. And then for Shombo, it is chili. So that's what I'm using. I'm not even using like Orobo for this recipe because the tomato puree I'm using has a combination of pepper, onion, and tomatoes. If you don't have like bell peppers and the Shombo and everything, that's fine. I use this because it will make your jollof very red. This is what is going to give it that red vibrant color. What I'm about to do now is blend this mixture and then boil it down. This is just to reduce the cooking process in general when I'm making the jollof. For this jollof to happen, we have to start from the scratch, and these are the ingredients for seasoning our chicken. So I have here curry powder, chicken seasoning, thyme, salt, ginger powder, rosemary, white pepper, and paprika. Now I'm just going to put the chicken in a pot. This is about 6 to 7 kilos of chicken, and then I'm adding the onion and then all of that seasoning. I'm going to put enough water for this to boil. This is not soft chicken. This is a bit of hard chicken, so it takes a while to cook. The beautiful thing about outdoor cooking is that it is very, very fast. So make sure you are standing by your pot. So the chicken is ready now. Look at all that stock. This stock we're going to use to make stew, and we're also going to use it for the jollof. My whole compound was smelling good. Anytime I do this, it looks like I'm having a party, but no, I'm just bulk cooking. Now it's time to fry the chicken. I have my big frying pan. As you can see, I'm an Orobo. Am I an Orobo? That's what it's looking like. So I'm just going to put my oil in this deep pan. So if I have like a lot of chicken, this pan comes in handy. Put enough oil. You can always drain it later, but you need enough to fry your chicken. While the oil is heating up, I'm just going to drain my chicken so that I can get the stock out of the way, and I don't want this chicken to be splattering up and down. And I need to make sure that pot is clean for our next recipe. So now that I've drained the chicken, I'm just going to put it in the hot oil and we're going to fry. So I want to share with you 3 tips for cooking in bulk when you are doing like big cooking like this. First of all, always measure your ingredients. Know how many you need to double. If you always cook 2 cups of rice, know how to properly double it to maybe 10 or 20 cups of rice. You have to do the mathematics and the subtractions and the additions and everything. Next, you always have to make sure all your ingredients are on standby, they are prepped. It is not when you are frying, you run inside the kitchen, go and look for like spoon. Every tool, every ingredient should be laid out in order of cooking, so that as you are putting this one, the next one is coming, okay? It's going to make it so much more easier. And a third tip is always stand by with your food. If you leave your food for like 1 minute, 2 minutes, you can come back and the whole food is burnt beyond recognition. And that's if you're cooking outdoors with like a lot of heat and big pots and big fire and everything. These are the tips that will help you for outdoor cooking and like big scale cooking. Here I'm just showing you that I've set aside the chicken stock. It is looking so good. Look at all the oil at the top, so that means we don't need a lot of oil for the jollof. This next step is important. I'm draining the oil from the the sediments from the oil, so that it is not looking dirty in the stew, and then the jollof rice does not have like all these particles, as you can see. So now I'm transferring the oil back to the pan, because I like to use that pan for stew. I like to make my stew on a flat or wide surface because it leaves enough room to fry. Do you understand? If I'm making fried stew. So the first thing I do is I put my onion and I add all my seasoning immediately. You add it because it gives such flavor, and the oil heats up the seasoning and just makes it very fragrant immediately. Make sure you do not do this for too long if you are cooking outdoors, because it cooks very fast, it will burn. So once you've done this and everywhere is tasonson, aka smells good, you're going to add tomato puree. So this is what we call tin tomato. We're going to add it because it's going to give this stew like a richness and a very vibrant redness. I don't do it all the time, but I do it when I'm doing bulk cooking. Once I've fried it a bit and I know that it does not slap anymore, that sour taste of tomato puree is gone, I now pour in my tomato blend. So this is a blend of tomato, pepper, onion that I boiled yesterday, and I boiled it down to reduce it so that the cooking is very fast. That is what that is. I've shown so many videos of me doing that, so you can check out my old videos. Now we're just going to fry. But like I said, this is outdoor cooking, and because the heat is a lot, it will cook very fast. In like maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes is done. So when I was making this stew, the only thing I put initially was like curry, thyme, rosemary, and white pepper and all of that. So now I'm going to add the chicken. I've added a bit of salt for taste, and I'm not adding more than that. For like taste, the only thing I'm adding is salt. I'm not adding like chicken stock powder or anything, because there will be enough in the chicken stock, okay, so that our food is not too salty, you get. So after I add the chicken, gosh, you guys, it was hard to resist picking one chicken piece. I'm going to add the chicken stock. Once I add chicken stock to my stew, I know my stew is ready, because I wait for my stew to get done, like properly fried and delicious, before I add my chicken stock. So my chicken stock is just to loosen the stew. I don't add any water because we want it to be very rich, and it was so good, so delicious, you guys. Just look how rich and delicious that chicken stew looks. It was so good. So we're just going to set it aside now, and then we're going to continue with our jollof. this is all the oil we need for the jollof rice. I'm just putting it back on the heat, and then the first thing we'll do is add onion. That's the first step I usually take, and you know this jollof rice is going to bang because the flavors in that oil already is amazing. So I add my onion first, fry till it's fragrant, and I always like to go in with the next step, which is adding my seasoning. Add everything so that your enemies will know that you are cooking. So we have curry, we have bay leaves, we have salt, we have thyme, we have white pepper. I always use white pepper in my jollof. Always, it makes a difference. Now I'm just mixing everything together so that it does not burn and so that it gets fragrant. And then I'm just going to add in my tomato puree. So this is a tomato puree that has onion, tomato, and pepper inside. So I didn't need to add extra pepper. So I'm just going to mix everything. It's kind of like the process of making stew. It's just that it is richer because we're going to add rice to it. So sometimes, even if you don't have tomatoes or you don't have tatashe, you can make your jollof rice with just tomato puree. All you have to do is make sure you have enough tin tomatoes to cover the rice that you are making. This is the tatashe mixture, the bell pepper mixture. I'm adding it now. As you can see, it's boiled down already. It's going to give it a bit of richness and freshness, and I'm just going to mix everything together till it cooks. So you will know when it cooks, when you start perceiving that jollof aroma. By now you should be perceiving it, and then you can taste the sauce. Next, I'm going to add the leftover chicken stock that we had from earlier on. I'm going to put it in the pot, mix everything together and allow to boil. And then we will be introducing our rice. This rice has already been washed properly, so I'm just putting it in like that, and then we're going to mix. Now is the time you have to switch from iron spoon to tonigari. Tonigari is wooden spatula, so that's when you need to switch now. But it's irrelevant because the rice will burn last. The reason why people don't do it is because they don't want the rice to burn, but last this rice go burn, and this is where flavor also comes from. So don't be scared if you feel like your rice is burning. No matter the amount of rice that you're cooking, make sure you don't put too much water in the pot. So I put enough to cover the rice so that we have enough at the top, and then I just mix it together. We cover and we put it on lowest heat possible. So you don't need jollof rice to like heat up and cook. You need it to cook on low heat, and if you put too much water, that's when you end up with soggy rice. And if your heat is too much and you keep pouring water, you lose the flavor. So make sure you reduce the water and you reduce the heat. Now you can see our jollof is cooked so fast. Even though it was on low heat, it is cooked. Now to add flavor, I like to add onions, butter, and green bell peppers. Just add it at the final stage once the rice is cooked and mix everything together. You guys, don't skip this step, especially the butter and the onions. You can remove the green pepper, that's my personal preference. But this onion and the butter you see, so please add it at the end of your rice. By now, the heat under the pot is off, and all that is going on is just the residual heat inside the pot. So it will just melt the butter and it will heat up the onion. And I don't know, there's something it does to this jollof rice. It just makes it so good. As you can see, my jollof is not sticky, and this is a lot of rice. Like, this pot is big. So I'm going to put how much rice I cooked, how much tomato I used. I'm going to put all of that in the description box. If you like this video, if you want me to do more like this, just let me know in the comment section. Please click the like button on this video. I enjoyed doing this, and the truth is, I feel like I actually enjoy cooking outdoors. I do bulk cooking sometimes twice in a month, and we always use this for like all our parties and events and all that. That's why we have it at home, all this cookware. So this is what our jollof looks like. I love it. It was so good. I keep saying it was so good. Like, of course, it's good all the time. It's CCM's jollof. It has to bang. The chicken, mwah, the stew, just fabulous. And the jollof was perfect. Party jollof rice. This is that party jollof rice that your neighbors will be asking, are you people doing the ceremony? Is it somebody's birthday? And somebody will just be greeting you anyhow. Ekale o, eko she o, ekason. They'll just be greeting you. You don't know why they are greeting you. They are greeting you because they are perceiving the aroma of the food in your house. And they hope you offer them something. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in my next video. Hopefully, if you subscribe. Bye.